and welcome to the Bonomo Show. This is Cooking with Jesse. I'm your host, Jesse, and today we're gonna be making pizza. Homemade pizza made from scratch. Why from scratch? Because this stuff you buy at the supermarket is crap. Fuck this shit. I bought it just to throw it like that. Let's get into it. Let's go right now. Hey! Cooking with Jesse, having a good time. Cooking with Jesse, living the high life. Cooking with Jesse, having a good time. Cooking with Jesse, relax, it's showtime. Okay, for this recipe, the ingredients you're gonna need are 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 packet of active dry yeast. Now let me tell you, this is like toilet paper at the supermarket. It's hard to get, but if you can get it, get it. Get a bunch of them. Get like 100 of them. But if you can't, check Amazon. You'll get it there. You're gonna need 1 cup of hot water. Yes. You're also gonna need 2.5 cups of flour. I use bread flour. That's what I'm using here. If you don't have bread flour, you can use all-purpose flour. Get bread flour. It tastes better. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon kosher salt. Of course, you're going to need your mozzarella cheese. Make sure your mozzarella cheese is whole milk. If you get the skim milk, it's not going to melt right. It's going to taste like shit. Okay? Just listen to me. I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm Italian. You're also going to need some Parmesan cheese. The most important ingredient is your Italian gravy. Now you can use whatever sauce you want. Rego, Prego, Rego. I don't know. I don't care. But if you don't get the recipe for Teddy Bonomo's Italian gravy, you're missing out on the best pizza you've ever had. If you want to get it, subscribe to the channel. Check it out. You'll be able to get this recipe. Last thing you're going to need is your toppings. I'm just going to use some mushrooms and pepperoni. My kids, they only eat cheese. But today we're going to put this so it looks nice for all you people. Thank you. Let's go. Let's get started. So to start off, you're going to take a mixing bowl. I usually use my trusty mixer. But I have a hunch all you half-wit amateur cookers out there don't have one of these. If you don't have one, just use a mixing bowl. And we're going to do it like that. We're going to take our dry active yeast, pour it into a bowl. We're going to add our sugar in there as well. Then we're going to take our cup of hot water, make sure it's hot, and pour it in the bowl. Use your whisk, mix it around, make sure it's all well incorporated. It's getting nice, it's getting nice, it's feeling nice, everything is nice. Once you got it mixed, you're going to let this sit for 10 minutes until the yeast starts to foam at the top. You'll see a foam on the top of the liquid, and that's when you know it's time to add the flour. So we're going to let this sit for 10 minutes, and then we're going to get into the next part of the recipe. Okay, so once you see this foam on the top of your water like this, it's time to get the flour in. So the first thing we're going to do is take our salt, add it to our flour. I like to use this little whiskey thing, even though it's rusty, but whatever. To mix it up into there real nice. Be gentle or it'll get all over the place. Once we got that done, we're going to take our flour, pour it into the liquid, add our olive oil, and then we're just going to take a wooden spoon and mix it real gently. I'm telling you, if you want to step your game up in the cooking world, you're going to get a mixer, because this is ridiculous. And me doing this right now is an embarrassment. But I'm showing you rookies how to do it so you can get it done and make a nice homemade pizza for you and your family. Now it's going to get crusty looking, sticky looking, but anyway, you just want to incorporate all these ingredients together with your spoon. And once you have that, you're going to have to knead this dough. Kneading the dough is basically taking your hands and forming it into a ball. But you want to make sure you get everything from the bowl into the dough, and it looks good. This looks about right. So now, I always keep a little bit of flour in a bowl to use to handle the dough, because if you don't, it's going to stick to your hands. So you're going to take a little flour, rub it on your hands, get this dough off the spoon, because the spoon is over. We don't need the spoon anymore. We're going to pick up this dough, and this is what you call kneading the dough. Getting all these ingredients incorporated and making it. So you're going to press in like this, around, all the way around, just basically grabbing it and pressing the dough until you get it real nice into a ball that works for you. Grab all this stuff down here. I'm doing now. You know, it's gonna be sticky, so if it gets too sticky, grab a little flour, put it on it. You know, maybe you don't know, but now you know. So we're gonna keep kneading this dough until it's a nice consistency, kind of like that. It's a perfect ball, right? Oh, still needs a little bit more, so we're gonna use a little bit more flour on our hands, and we're gonna keep kneading it. Now this is when you don't have a mixer. If you don't have a mixer, this is pretty much ready right out the gate. But if you don't, then we do it like this, the old school way. I like it. Anyway, now we have a beautiful dough ball. And what we're gonna do with it, we're gonna set it at the bottom of our bowl that we made, and we're gonna take a towel that we got from our kitchen, and we're gonna put it over the bowl, and we're gonna let this dough rise. Now this should sit for an hour, and once an hour is done, then we're gonna knead it again. Hey, welcome back. It's been an hour. We've waited for our dough to rise. I don't know what you did. You might have smoked a blunt, you might have drank a beer. I did all of that. Anyway, we're gonna grab our dough that's been sitting for an hour. Now, it's a lot bigger than we used to have it. It's about double the size. But now we're gonna have to knead the dough once again. I don't know why you make dough rise, but that's just the way it is. So again, we're gonna take some extra flour. We're gonna get our hands real nice because this is gonna stick to us. We're gonna grab all this dough and we're gonna start kneading. Again, you're squeezing in and rotating just like I'm doing right here. Squeezing in and rotating, squeezing in and rotating, squeeze in and rotate. Just keep going until the dough is probably about the size that you had it in the first place. Again, I don't know why you need to make dough rise, but you gotta do it. If you don't do it, it ain't gonna be right. And I'm trying to make it right. So we're gonna keep doing that, and that's looking good to me. Again, you wanna keep it in a round little circle like this. Beautiful, right? Is it beautiful? It's beautiful. Next thing we're going to do, for a pizza, you're only going to need about half of this dough. So I'm going to sprinkle some flour onto our cooking surface, if that's what you call it. I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to call it that. And we're going to cut this in half with my handy dandy half cutter. Now, this is your extra dough. This can make another pizza. You can keep this in the refrigerator for, I'd say, about a week and a half, and you can make another pizza then. All you gotta do is sprinkle a little olive oil over it, rub it, put it in a plastic bag, put it in your refrigerator, and it's good to go. But for this purpose, we're going with this dough. This is what we're making today, boys and girls and women and children. So I'm still kneading just because, you know, it's just a habit of mine. Anyway, now we got the dough and we're going to roll it out. Now, I know I mentioned before, you probably don't have a mixer. Now, I'm saying, you probably don't have a dough roller. You're weak. You suck. Get a dough roller, but you don't have one. Anyway, you don't need a dough roller. You can use a bottle of wine. You can use a bottle of wine, you could use a beer bottle, But you know what? I'm not even gonna do that for you. I'm gonna use a dough roller because it's a lot easier for the camera. So let's get into it and roll out this dough. We're gonna put some flour under our dough and we're gonna roll it out and get it ready for this pizza pan. So we're rolling out the dough. We want to get it, you know, a good circle that's gonna fit our pan. Now, you Neanderthals out there, I don't have a pizza pan. Well, you know what? I don't got an excuse for you. You just gotta go buy one. They're like $4.99 at Ralph's. They're easy. Let me show you the one I got. There it is. It's got holes in the bottom to make the crust even crustier. So, once you got your dough rolled out to a nice size, it's gonna fit this pan. We're gonna transfer it to the pan. Okay, let me move this out the way. Move this out the way. Move this dough out the way so you can get a good picture of it. So there's our pan. Here's our dough. Voila! Pop it on there. Now, this pan, I spray it with a little Pam. Pam. It's a spray. You know, that you, it's a non-stick cooking spray. If you don't know what the hell that is, just turn this channel off right now and order McDonald's for the rest of your life. Now, we're looking good. This is a thin crust pizza. I like my crust thin because, you know, thick crust pizza just ain't authentic to me. So I make mine thin. This is good. We got this excess on the top. We're gonna just take a knife and cut off this excess around the pan. We don't need that. You can add that to your other dough that you're saving for, you know, next week. So we're gonna fold the dough in to make a crust all the way around. You just folding it in, tapping it in like this. You see me doing it. It's real easy, not hard at all. Just keep folding it in, all the way around. Now look at that. You got yourself a crust. So you got your crust ready. At this point you're going to want to set your oven to 450 degrees. I like to take a fork and just poke holes inside and out of the dough. That means when it bakes it won't get any air bubbles coming out. Now, this is the easy part, the fun part. We're going to put our toppings and our sauce and our cheese. So we're going to start with our sauce. Teddy Bonomo's Italian gravy. You want to get it? You need to get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I like to take it, you know, we just spoon it out. Now when I spread it on the pizza, I like to put it on the crust, all the way on the crust, because it just makes the pizza taste better. Trust me, you guys. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I've been making this for years. So you just going around, you just taking a simple spoon and putting the crust. I like to work outside in, outside in, outside in. Move it and groove it on the crust, all on the crust like that. And we're going to keep it going in the middle. Don't worry about that mariachi music. I live in Inglewood, everybody. That's where it's happening. You want fireworks and mariachi music? Move on in. But don't move next to me, because I will call the police on you if your music's too loud. There you go. You got your sauce. Alright. Bam. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put our cheese. Mozzarella. Whole milk mozzarella. Remember that. So I'm going outside in. Outside in. Work the edges. Work the edges. Work the edges. Work the edges. Just like this. Work the edges. You know, my girl, she don't like a lot of cheese. Well, I like a lot of cheese. And I'm sure you like a lot of cheese too. But hey, like Nugenics, she'll like it too. So we're going to keep putting the cheese on. Now, you know, when you got toppings, I just like to put a light layer of cheese on. Then we're going to go with the toppings. We're going to hit the pepperoni. Boom. Boom. Bang. Bomb. Boom. Bingo. Bango. Keep it moving all the way around. We're just gonna go in a circle with the pepperoni, and then we're gonna go inside, 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 inside. That's good. Now we're gonna do these gourmet fake ass mushrooms I got from the produce section at Ralph's. I had to wear a mask. I think one girl, she didn't wear a mask. I want to yell at her, but whatever. Wear a mask if you out. It's COVID-19 season, people. Let's get real. Don't get stupid. So then we're gonna put our mushrooms on. Now we got our mushrooms. Hey! Mushrooms! Alright. You know what I like to do? I like to put a little bit of cheese on top of the toppings. Not too much. Just a little sprinkle. A little sprinkle will do you. Everything's cool with a little sprinkle. Okay, now we got our sprinkle. Now we're gonna take a little Parmesan cheese. And we're gonna sprinkle that on top. After we do that, I like to take a little parsley flake. Parsley flake, nope, it's not Kroger, it's Kruger. Parsley flake, you know, it's just ambiance. It's like a garnish, basically. You can't even really taste it, but it just looks nice with a little green on your pizza. And voila! There's your pizza. It's ready to go in the oven for 11 minutes at 450 degrees. Let's do it. Now let's put this pizza in the oven. Once again, 450 degrees. We're gonna set the timer for 11 minutes. Zoom! Time lapse. 11 minutes later. 450 degrees. This baby is done. Take a look, everybody. Look at how nice and bubbly it is. Oh, it falls right off the pan. Right onto your cutting thing. Cutting board. I guess that's what they call it. You could use a regular kitchen knife to cut this, but you're not doing yourself a favor unless you got a pizza cutter. So, like dominoes, we're gonna go across, down this way, and this way. And voila, your pizza is done. I'd say give it about 10 minutes, 5 minutes to sit, because this is hotter than a motherfucker. And you ready to go. Alright, pizza's done. It's time to party. I like to put a little one on here, throw a little Parmesan cheese. Hey, nothing is better than a piece of pizza made fresh from you alone. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching today. Please subscribe to the video. We're gonna have all kinds of Italian recipes that I made up. I didn't make them up. I take lessons from everybody, including my family, Teddy T-Bone Bonomo. Again, you need to get this sauce recipe. Teddy Bonomo's Italian gravy. We're going to have a special video describing how to make that. When you subscribe, you get down with the Teddy Bonomos. You get down with the Bonomo Show. Cooking with Jesse. Follow me on IG at Bonomo Show. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's eat!